Here we are. Hi Bobby, how you doing?
I'm good.
So, like I just said, I've just rolled up at Bobby's shop. We're going to put some tints on today. One of my earlier videos you saw, we were going to do some stripes, etc. Bobby walked us through that.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little bit of a few attempts at doing this because I'm always busy and I'm on the road. So we've got a slot this afternoon, and Bobby's going to put on the transition tints.
Correct.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's going to be really nice, and I'm excited about it. I'm not just saying that. Like, I
Awesome.
can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah. By the way, I just had to feed him some cookies. Well, he paid for them, but we still need to feed him some cookies to get him going.
Cookie monster.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I've got a second camera on time lapse, so hopefully we'll be able to record the whole process, and you'll be able to see it quickly, and I'll show that right at the end. But as we go through, I'll show you what he's doing, and he'll explain what he's up to and a bit about the tint.
Did we get anything about the windshield yet? Because that's been put on.
Ah, no. So,
okay.
So what Bobby's done for me, I came in about a week ago, and when I was driving down the highway, I think I did.
You did do it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I remember you having a talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I did let you guys know. I had the ceramic tint put on the window shield because it was burning my arms, you know, and I explained that. So we already done one part of it. Didn't have time to do the rest of it, so here we are to get the rest of it. I'm excited as well to see how this looks because, you know, it'd be the only car that goes dark and light. Now, what the real thing is how does it perform? So this won't be the last video on this particular window tint. I'm going to be doing some reviews as I drive along at day and night and talk about how do I feel about these window tints and do I want to keep them or not. So stay tuned. And Bobby, bring in the old jalopy. So Bobby's just fired up the old Lusso. He's reversing it into the workshop. Here she comes. Still got my new car plates on. Look at that. As you can see, no tints, just a before and after. No tints on the back screen. Notice one thing about the back window. There's no rear wiper. Now, will you believe it? I talked about this before. The rear wiper is a zero cost delete option. Now, I would have liked it, but some people don't like it. In fact, most GT4 Lussos that come out don't have it. So there you go. Costs nothing to have it. Why would you take it off? So the front screen has already got the ceramic tints on. You can't see. There's a very slight shade, but you have to stay legal with that. But here we are. We're going to tint this thing up and see how it performs. So Bobby, we've got both the side windows on, and I think what we're going to do is, before we go any further, because this is a bit of an experiment, we're going to just see, you know, where we go in terms of transition.
And we'll meter it too. We'll be to you and see how the performance is.
So what are you doing here, Bobby?
So what we're doing is we're looking at the visual light transmission. So when you're getting tint and it says, oh, I got a 35 or 5 limo tint, basically all that's referring to is that how much light's passing through your windows, and this meters that. So it's saying this film's rated at 35% and it's supposed to go down to a 20, so 15% transition. And this is correct. So your glass has a little bit of dye in it from the factory, and then the 35 on the film that meters. When you combine the two, it should go down to about 30 to 28, depending on your car. So this is right. Your 35 should meter right around here.
So what are you expecting it?
So if their math is correct and it transitions down to 20 on the roll, this should be around 18 on the glass.
Okay.
And it'll do that, right? So let's see, because I'm curious.
Okay.
We're going to stick it out in the sun and see what happens.
Let's get it out there, Bobby. So Bobby's about to drive the Lusso out so we can actually see how this transitions before we carry on and do any more work on it. Struggling to see Bobby in that.
It's funny, the paddle shifters, I thought they turned with the car, so I went down to grab it and it worked. So we're just going to stick it out because we're going to use that window. That one's getting the most sun.
Okay.
And we'll find out about this moment of truth. I'm going to grab my BTU meter real quick because I want to see how it performs as well. But it has quite the sheen, you can tell. Yeah, that definitely has a mirror finish.
Then if you can see that, the back window is not tinted yet. And the front window is. You can see the difference. Bobby's just gone to get his meter.
Which is nice too, because since we did the windshield, we can compare the two products. This one should perform a little better because it has visible light that's blocking as well, because we have the clear windscreen, or the 70, and they're both laminate glass, so it's not like there's cheating involved. It should be a pretty accurate measurement, I feel. But this is getting hot, it should be starting to transition. My understanding is the ultraviolet rays, the intensity of them is what transitions the film, just like glasses. So reset the meter and let's see where we sit. See if it's doing anything. So far it's transitioned down to 28. That's not a whole lot, so we're going to let it sit for a little bit, give it another minute. Because this is in direct sunlight. The sunlight is angled perfectly to get this window nice and hot. Speaking of that, pull that off real fast. And let's find out the meter. So BTUs are nice. This is how you don't get cheated by they put ceramic tint on my car, because you hear that sometimes. Well, how do I know they put it on there? Well, I feel shop should have a meter, because I get nerdy with tint. But it's about the perfect angle, so you're gonna want to come over here. So we try to get as close to 300 as possible is what I find is nice. So we're at 290-ish. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna keep my angle, because that's most important. We're almost at 300. I'm gonna drop it behind the tint here. It's at 299. It goes down to 25. So that's a huge reduction. It really is. That's nice. So the film is performing well, and I actually feel the sun on my face. I can feel the heat. My arm feels nice and cool back here. So that's good. I'm gonna look at the windshield real quick though. Find the nice angle again. We're gonna bring it over.
Nope.
Is it locked? Or do you got it?
Got it.
Okay. Oh. That'll be a little editing for Bobby here, but you can see then. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So our clear windscreen goes to 16. So this is a better performer, because we did 35 or 20 on the side windows. It should drop down lower than that. So it's safe to say our ceramic that I carry in shop definitely blocks a little more heat, but it doesn't transition. So there's a difference. But this is still doing a lot. So definitely don't want to downplay it. And this has been out long enough, so let's see what we got. And none of you guys can fill it, but today, what do we got? Has it been high 80s, mid 80s right now? What is
85.
85, so it's plenty warm, and I can feel the sun. I'm sure you can too, Mickey.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's nice. It's definitely not a mild day. So it's not doing much more than that on the glass. That's pretty sad actually for a transitioning tint, wouldn't you say?
Well,
Or
Bobby,
am I
it could be that the window's filtering out the UV, because
Laminated.
yeah,
That's exactly what it is.
and what's happening is What's happening, Bobby, is basically, I think the glass is stopping the transition from working.
You're absolutely right, Mickey.
Yeah, that's what I think is going on there.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Well,
Step out.
up there for thinking, you're down there for dancing. Bobby goes dancing, by the way.
I do, yeah. It's me and the wife. It's really quite fun.
So I was suspecting that it was going to be a problem, because if it's activated by UV,
Correct.
most car glass today, even if it's not laminated, blocks out UV. It might not block out heat, but it'll block out UV to stop you sunburning.
Yeah.
That's why, if you ever noticed, if you open your window, your left arm's always burned.
Makes sense to me, yeah.
So Bobby, what's the plan?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is, we had fun. We got to check it out. It has a nice sheen. I'm sure the transition would happen, and Mickey showed you a little bit over there, but we could always do it off the roll for anybody that might be interested in still using the products. But it's nice to know that if you have laminate on laminate glass, it's just not worth the money. It isn't. But what we'll do is we're going to put our tint on there. We'll come back out because it won't take long to do the front doors, and then we'll also throw a B2 meter on that and see how off we are, to see if my film is performing better. Because ultimately, when it comes down to it, it's nice to say you have transition, which in this case we don't. But I still like the performance. I think that's the main part, is protection and comfort. So
awesome.
Yeah.
This is a great. It would have been great if it worked.
Absolutely.
I've got to say, if it had worked and it had transition through the UV light or through the window, the glass. And that's the thing with most cars today. All glass manufactured, laminated or not, has UV light protection. That's how it protects the occupants of the vehicle from getting sunburned.
Yeah.
The great thing about the ceramic tint you do stops that heat in addition.
Correct.
That's the key thing. All right, Bobby, let's take it back in and see what happens next.
Okay.
Thank you. So we're back again. Done some testing on the transition ceramic tints. Definitely think we're on the path of understanding why it didn't transition. Obviously the side windows were laminated. We tried it in another part of the car which wasn't laminated, and we still didn't get a transition.
Nope.
However, on normal glass, or certainly the sample glass, they do get a transition. So we're sort of suspecting that all automotive glass has got UV blockout properties, and if that's the case, it will actually be ineffective.
Not a good fit for this application.
However,
for sure,
it could be a Ferrari thing or an exotic thing, and Bobby's going to find out on a VW or something run of the mill whether it can be effective.
regular production car, yeah.
Yeah. Not a high production car, unlike the Ferrari. So I'm disappointed. I think Bobby's a bit disappointed. We really wanted it to work.
Yeah. I was looking forward to it.
Me too. Yeah, it would have been really unique. Certainly transition tints. Let's see. But what we're doing now, we're moving to plan B, which was plan A originally.
Bobby plan.
Yeah, which is we're going to go with the ceramic tints around what I normally get put on all my cars, and we're just going to pull the Ferrari back in and do that.
Yeah, it'll be good.
All right, man.